when Pokemon cards go up in value, will they ever come back down? Let's see if we can figure that out in today's video. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So we all know alt arts are spiking up like crazy right now, and we want to know how and when this will end. Most likely with new lows, but we can actually look at that Sun and Moon alt art since they had a major run up in 2023. So let's see where they're at now. We're gonna start off with the top chase card from the Sun and Moon era, the Latios GX Tag Team card. Initial price of $262, hit a high of $992 September of 2023. Now sitting at roughly $600. I don't believe the $400 is the accurate price, but I will go something below the PSA 8. So that is a drop of 40%. Next up, we have Lily, the top waifu card of the Sun and Moon era. Initial price of $200 before the run up. Hit a high of $475 in July. Since then, it's dropped over 37%, $175 less than its peak, sitting at roughly $300 now. Next up with this Gengar Mimikyu GX Tag Team card. Initial price of $71 in August 2022. Hit a high of $337 in May. Now sitting at $202, dropping over 40%, a drop of $135 from its high. Next up, we have the Magikarp Wailord Tag Team card. Initial price of $62 in September. They hit a high of $317 in June of 2023. Now sitting at $205. That is a 35% drop, or roughly $112 from its high. Next up, we have the Gardevoir Sylveon Tag Team card from Unbroken Bonds. This card initially started at $81 in January 2021. Hit a high of $238 in June. Now sitting at $148. Another card with 38% drop, dropping over $90. Next up, we've got the Arceus Dialga Palkia statue card. Super cool in my eyes. Probably one of my top chase cards in the Sun and Moon. I really should pick this card up before it gets any more expensive. But initial price of just $81, just like Sylveon and Gardevoir, but hit a high of only $187 in July. Now dropping just 20%, so the smallest drop we've seen so far. So just a $39 decline from its high. Now we got this Raichu, Alolan Raichu Tag Team card. Super undervalued at the time. And if you want to watch one of my undervalued videos, I just recently made one. Go ahead and watch that. I'll link it right here. But initial price of $52, hit a high of $190 in June. So very quick turnaround, just 6 months, and then had a significant drop of 39%, dropping over $74. Next up, we have Sableye and T-Tar. Initial price of $57 in January 2023, then hit its high of $172 in July. Now dropping over 42%, $72 loss from its high. Now we get to my top chase card of the Sun and Moon era. This Mewtwo GX, the Test Tube Mewtwo. Such a cool looking card. I need to pick this up before it gets any more expensive. But initially this card had a late spike. So it started spiking in February 2023. At initial price of $60. Got as high as just $98. So not a very significant gain. And then it dipped. And now it's back to $105. So actually it's up 7% from its highs, from initial highs of $98. So one of the rare cards that actually gained more value over time after the June peak. Next up, the Psyduck Slowpoke Tag Team card. Initial price of $50, hit a high of $129 in June. Now sitting at $71, so dropped 45%, dropping $58. Now it's only $21 above its initial price before it spiked. So, waiting for this one worked out. So let's try to wrap things up. In 2022, before the initial spike, all these cards could have been had for $976. So some of the best artworks could have been had for about $100 a card. Some obviously being more valuable than the others, but averaging out to $100 a card. At its peak in the summer of 2023, all these cards topped out at $3,135. So over a $2,000 gain if you had these cards initially. But since then, it's fallen down to $2,008, so dropping over $1,100 in value in 2024, and all falling roughly at the same time in the end of summer. In my opinion, I wonder if it's because people are selling them in order to buy Pokemon 151, which is like the most hype set, best set since I can remember. Go ahead and let me know what you think the reason was for all these cards to drop significantly in price at the same time, pretty much at the end of summer of 2023. So it's all speculation about how high these alt arts and Sword and Shield era can run up to. If they can pull off a Sun and Moon, that'd be pretty epic, because these cards gaining 100%, 200%, 300%, 400% is pretty insane. If a $100 card can go up $400 to become $400 card, that'd be pretty crazy. Can Giratina be a $1,200 card one day? Probably not within the year of 6 months. All these cards ran up for about 6 month period. I think if Sword and Shield follows that route, we'll see how high they go in 6 months from now before they start falling again, right? I think what goes up must come down eventually, and we saw that with these cards. You can see some of these cards fell anywhere from 35 to 45% in value. Let's see if Sword and Shield does the same thing once its spike has stopped or hit its peak, and then that way you can kind of know where you want to start looking to pick up those expensive alt arts once they establish new lows. Let's do some last pack magic. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Nice Charger pack. Is this right?